we've driven the new BMW M3. We thrashed Audi's outgoing RS4. That only leaves one element of the £50,000 German super saloon trifecta uncovered. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG. This car is absolutely insane. There are traditionally two constants with AMG Mercedes. Firstly, the power. Whatever the competition, AMG will always try to outmuscle them. Secondly, the driving experience, which relies rather more on electronics than absolute chassis finesse to keep the car from knocking its own corners off. Combine the two and you get spectacular speed, at the risk of emphasising efficiency over emotion. But times have changed. Not the power part, that hasn't changed at all. Compared to the M3 and the RS4, the C63 takes high-octane petrol-headed excess to a whole new level of dominion. There's a 6.2-litre V8 under this roof bonnet. It produces 451 brake horsepower and 442 pound-foot of torque. 0 to 62? Try just 4.5 seconds.
What's new is the way AMG has engineered this car to engage with its engine, rather than just about cope with it. It's clearly been influenced by the burgeoning Black Series line, this CLK in particular. Forget those traditional AMG constants. The C63 is an entirely different kind of animal. There's nothing to do with being sat on this side of the car. Right-hand drive is available. This is just an early German import. The significant thing is how it drives. It's just awesome.
Take it easy and the ride quality and refinement capably cost it. Stamp on the gas and it instantly switches into super saloon mode, with soundtrack and acceleration to match. The steering is excellent, the body control brilliant, and the chassis beautifully balanced, despite all that engine inevitably making it a little nose heavy at times. For a big car, it feels amazingly nimble. You can even switch the ESP off altogether, which is extremely unusual for a Mercedes.
On the road though, it's better to leave it in sport. It's like BMW's dynamic setting. Playful, but not actually off. The biggest improvement of all, however, is the gearbox. Finally, Mercedes automatic that works on a performance car.
Manual really means manual. This car will slam into the rev limiter and stay there if you ask it to, and it even blips the throttle on downshifts. But who are we kidding? The engine remains the C63's defining feature. Redlining at 7,200 RPM, it can't match the M3's 8,400 RPM peak. But with such big displacement, foot-to-the-floor response is immense. And if the restricted 155 mph top speed isn't enough, there's an optional performance package that boosts this to a restrained 174, while adding a limited slip diff. Not that it needs much help smoking those rear tyres. At £52,000, the C63 is marginally more expensive than its rivals. Whether it's a better car probably comes down to personal preference. Do you want a manual or an automatic, for example? But with so much power available and exploitable so easily, it's worth every penny. The biggest problem for any C63 owner is surely going to be keeping it under the speed limit. The more things change, it seems, the more things stay the same. So the good points. The 6.2-litre engine is just brilliant, and the chassis really can handle it. And for once, the automatic gearbox really works on a performance car. But it doesn't work quite as well as a manual would, and the running costs, tyres, fuel, track days are going to be enormous. And keeping a clean licence, good luck.